What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today we're checking out the Axwell Wallet. This is the copper version, however there's several configurations available with different materials and different finishes. Price is going to vary depending on which version you end up choosing, anywhere from $60 to about $120. This copper version lands right in the middle of that at about $85. And as always, I'll leave a link in the description where you can find Axwell wallets if you're interested in picking one up for yourself. Now, what you're getting for that price is a minimalist hard-sided card holder wallet that can carry up to 12 credit cards as well as accommodate some cash. It is RFID blocking as well. And so when you accommodate the cash, it has the money clip as well as a cash strap. They're both included with your purchase. So these aren't optional add-ons. Both are going to be in the box when you purchase the wallet. So you can try out both, see which one you like better. Or if you're like me and you don't carry a lot of cash, you can remove both and just add one on the rare days that you're going to need to carry some cash. And the reason you're able to swap them out so quickly and easily is their maglock interchangeable plates. And so if you pull from the side over here, you can easily pull these plates off. You can see they're held on by 6 magnets on the wallet itself. 6 more magnets on the plate, and then put that money clip on. There's some divots in here that those nubs go into to keep it from sliding around. You can put it facing either direction, and when you remove that, all you have to do is lift a little bit and slide it off. You can put in the cash strap, and you can see that channel here is just the right width for your cash strap. The cash strap has the Axwell logo, and then this grippy soft material on the inside to hold the cash in place. Now, I have it on the back plate, which I think is kind of the intended use case, but you can also put it on the front plate, which we can identify by that Axwell logo. And so this plate's also removable. You can see that same channel, the same divots in there for our money clip. And so that money clip can go in 4 different positions, either side, and then either side of that plate as well. And so 4 positions in total, or you can have the cash strap. You can also put one on each side if you're so inclined. Maybe you want something to put your receipts and something for your cash. You can put a money clip on one side, cash strap on the other, and just kind of dual wield that if that's your preference. The other cool thing about that maglock interchangeable plate technology is it allows you to swap the plates themselves. So obviously when you get the wallet, it's going to come with whatever version you order, but they do sell these plates separately, and so you can just hold on to the wallet. The plates themselves are cheaper than obviously the whole wallet with plates, and so you can buy different versions. Maybe you don't want to carry a copper carry for the day, or maybe you just got tired of it altogether. You want to switch to anodized green aluminum. You can order those plates and swap them out in maybe 10 seconds or less once you have everything out of the packaging. It's very quick and easy, but the magnets make it ultra secure as well. They're never going to shake off or accidentally fall off. You have to be very intentional about removing them. They fit very tightly into that slot, so there's not any sort of play or movement when you install those, so that's really nice. That's the same way you're going to be able to swap out that strap if you ever need to, the elastic strap that holds in our credit cards. And so that's a good time to talk about. These are backed by a lifetime warranty for manufacturer defects and general wear and tear. Obviously abuse, stolen cards or stolen wallets aren't covered under that, but general use case you are covered under a lifetime warranty. There's that 100-day free trial as well, so you can return it no questions asked if you don't like it within the first 100 days for a full refund. Free shipping on the wallets themselves. Obviously, if you just buy the plates or the accessories, you might be under the $50 threshold, but free shipping in the US if you spend more than $50. And then if you're international, they do offer international shipping, but obviously at an additional cost. So let's go over the size first. This is a minimalist wallet after all, so only 3.38 inches wide by 2.13 inches tall. Thickness is going to depend on how many cards you have in there. Again, I have about 6 or 7 in there, but if you put 12, it's going to obviously be thicker. If you put 1, it's going to be thinner. Without any cards, you're looking at about 1/3 of an inch or so in thickness. Now, in terms of the weight, this copper version is going to be the heaviest version, and so this weighs about 5.35 ounces, which I think is double the aluminum version. So if weight is a consideration, I would definitely consider a different version than the copper version, since copper is, after all, a heavy metal and is going to weigh you down quite a bit. Now, the weight itself doesn't bother me because I'm coming from a heavier wallet in the first place, and I'm carrying this in that coin pocket of my jeans, or what some people call the 5th pocket, and so it doesn't move around as much. So it's nice and snug, so you don't feel the weight as much as you would if you were just bouncing around in your main pocket with your keys and other stuff that you have in your pockets. You might feel that heavier weight a little bit more, but for me, it's really been a non-issue up until this point. The other thing to consider with this copper version is, of course, it is going to patina, which for me is a big selling point. I love the way patinaed copper looks. They even show it on the box with a little bit of patina and some scratches exposing the original copper. So it has kind of a cool look to it. Definitely looking forward to this one patinaing a little bit more and looking like that. Out of the box, it does come with a stonewash finish, and so it has a little bit of a worn finish right out of the box. And then the copper is antimicrobial as well, which is nice. Another thing to keep in mind is that copper has a certain smell to it. Pretty minimal on this. I don't feel that it transfers onto my hands after just using the wallet for the day, pulling it out 2 or 3 times. I don't have my hands smelling like pennies or anything like that. But if you put your nose up to it, you can smell that copper smell a little bit. And then I would imagine as I'm recording this, handling it a little bit more, maybe some of that will transfer, but it's pretty minimal here. But another thing to take into consideration, if you're sensitive to smells, maybe go with an aluminum version or carbon fiber or any of the other options that are out there. Now, in terms of the cash option, so we have that money clip, which is my preference of the two, as well as the cash strap. With either of them, they're going to carry a similar number of bills. I think I have 4 or 5 here. You're going to want to quarter fold them before you slot them in here. And you can see when I quarter fold it, it doesn't kind of shadow out over the edges. It's not visible from the other side, which is why I like that quarter fold. If you go with a half fold from either direction, so whether you put them in sideways or the other direction, it's going to hang over the edges a little bit, and then your corners are going to end up folded up. It's going to move around in there because it's too large. And so I would definitely recommend quarter folding it, whether you're using the money clip or the cash strap. Now, as far as using the cards, couldn't be simpler. They're in there securely with that elastic strap. So again, those aren't going to shake loose on you, but there's this cutout here that allows you to put a little bit of pressure, and that allows you to push those cards out and kind of fan them out to select the card that you need. Once you select the card, you can easily pull out that one card, put the rest back in there, or leave them out, whatever the case may be. Use that card and then easily put it back in there and slide everything back into place. And you can see it fits nicely. It's basically identical to the card size, and so you're not going to have a lot of excess space. This is about as minimal as you can get while still being able to carry credit cards, which obviously is the point of the wallet. And nice that you have that cash option, even though I'm not someone who carries a lot of cash. Obviously very nice to be able to carry cash if you are someone who does. Check out the other options. Let me know what your favorites are down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this wallet, if you have one and have been carrying it, how it's been going for you. I've only been carrying this one for, I want to say, about 10 days. I will show in the future the patina, because I'm sure this will patina up nicely. And I've really been into copper lately, so I'm working on just a full copper EDC. And obviously they're going to match up really nicely. So we have our copper Zippo, and you can see very similar shades there. This one's also in a similar state of patina as well, so starting to get that darker coloration. The Cinder from Kershaw that we just got in our going gear, this one's fresh out of the box, so barely has any patina, but obviously should get there over time as well. And then I have a County Comp Signature for my pen. This one I think is coated because I've had this one for quite a while. I've even used it a decent bit, and it doesn't really seem to be developing a patina, so I may need to sand off that coating in order to get it to start patinaing. But either way, I think should look really cool together. I'm still looking for like a full-size knife to pair with this, because obviously that Cinder is not a full-size EDC knife, but I think they're going to look great together once they all develop their patina. And one of the coolest things about copper or brass or any of these materials that patina over time. But again, would love to hear your thoughts on the Axwell wallet down in the comments below. I will leave a link to where you can pick these up in the description of the video. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, checking out some other content. All helps the channel out a ton, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.